Okay, Aries. So far we've done Scorpio and Cancer, if you can see up here. Make sure you guys cross watch. So Aries, this is how I let Spirit always decide who's next because this is their game. No, isn't it? Not a game. This is their thing. So we let them decide. Okay. So who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Oh, there it went on the floor. Okay, so it's Libra. Oh, Aries and Libra. I know this card's kind of a little bit like worn out. You can see I do readings a lot, but I love doing this. So nothing as ever I do is going to be perfect, guys. So just bear with me. I'm human. It's funny I say that because it takes me a long time to set up. Wow, you guys. You guys have this in every reading so far. So make sure you guys check out the other readings if you want. These relationships are not just geared towards love relationships. It could be family, it could be business, it could be a friendship, it could be anything. Okay, so make sure you watch the other videos too as well. Okay, so this came out like this. Wow, reverse, reverse, reverse. We are right now after that super moon eclipse. We are balancing everything out, so I'm not surprised that this reading is these cards are coming out. Okay, all right, so this is how they feel about you. Libra, how they feel about my Aries. Okay, the first one is death in reverse. So I was like, oh my God. No, that means change and transformation. However, this is in reverse. So this is 13. So 13 could be, and clearly this isn't in every reading so far. So there's a lot of change and transformation that you're going through, Aries, no matter what religion, no matter who it is. You're going through a lot of change and transformation, but everybody is after that eclipse. Okay, so how Libra feels about Aries is Libra feels that you are resisting change, okay, or overly attracted to the past, right? Or if something is meant to if there's something that's meant to transform, you cannot force it to stay the same, right? So they feel like you fear change. You may need to accept that current endings will lead to better new beginnings. Like I was saying, it doesn't mean that the relationship is over, but there could be an aspect of the relationship that is now something ended so that something new can come in, right? So that's how they feel. They feel like you're not letting something change, or you're stuck in the past, or you're not letting something that's meant to transform. But they're saying that you can't stay in the past. That's what they're saying, right? So a lot of people fear change and don't, because so if we fail at something, it's because it was never meant for us, okay? But also with failure, you guys, is when we learn. So like I said, relationships are here for us to learn more about ourselves. So don't be afraid of change. You know, that's basically what we're here for. We're here to change, evolve, grow, right? It is scary, yeah, because we don't know the outcome, but just trust in the universe that it'll always it is always going to end up being the way it's supposed to be no matter what. Okay, so that's how they feel. They feel like you're resistant to change, that you're afraid to take in what has changed, and that you're stuck in the past with something. And this makes sense because this is the Six of Cups. Cups represents our feelings, emotions, relationships, and this is about the past, right? So this is the Sun and Scorpio, and you have so much Scorpio in your energy. So this is the Lord of Pleasure. So in reverse, they're thinking that maybe you didn't move on from your ex. Okay, it sounds like it could be forgiveness, or you won't move on, or that you're not healed, or trauma, or some kind of childhood past. So they feel that's what's going on here. See, they feel like you're stuck in the past, that you're not over your ex, you didn't move on from your ex. So this is Seven of Cups in reverse. So cups are illusionary success, and basically the seven, well, okay, so this is Venus and Scorpio. Scorpio, Scorpio, Scorpio. So maybe Libra feels like you haven't moved on from a Scorpio relationship. It could be, but also if it's not what it is, Aries, it also could just mean that they feel like you're not, open to change, because the thing about Scorpio is they're the biggest lessons, and they're change and transformation, right? So that could be why the energy is so big. Scorpio's energy is so big in your reading. So this is the Lord of Illusionary Success in reverse. It means that Libra feels that that you must awaken from sleepwalking through life. So it might be like in a form of maybe like your behavior that makes no sense, right? So they really want you or you guys to clarify your feelings honestly and invest in reality. So like I said, they feel like you're resistant to change. So the way if you for this relationship to prosper, or I guess, is to talk about your feelings honestly with each other. Okay, I know the one thing about you guys is that yes, you're the leader, but you wear armor underneath your clothing, and that's to protect you from your biggest threat, which is vulnerability. You need to be vulnerable, guys. It's part of the human experience, especially in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to mean a love relationship, not at all. This could be a friendship, a business, like any relationship, okay? But we learn the most about ourselves. But Libra feels like you're not balancing out the scales because you're stuck in the past or in a reality that's not now. Okay, so here's the King of Wands, which is interesting because this is your energy. This is your attainment, success, and your energy. So, then this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So this is controlling appetites and passions. Okay, so Libra feels that the person feels best when in control, feel most at home with people who are resilient and display a strong and honest spirit. That's how they feel about you, right? Of course, this is who you are. You're a leader, right? So don't beat around the bush with the King of Wands, right? That's what they feel like. They can't beat around the bush with you at all. So you prize authenticity and the truth above all things. So that's how they feel. Okay, so this is what's going on, right? If they feel like your head is in the clouds, right? You're stuck in the past. You're not, here in reality. Relationships act as mirrors, okay? So they feel that they're best in control and feel most at home with people who are resilient and display a strong and honest spirit. Don't beat around the bush with the King of Wands. He prizes authenticity and the truth above all things. So, what they want to see with how they feel about themselves is what they want to see in you. But this is your energy. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're mirroring each other, definitely. Most definitely. I'm not saying that you feel like they are stuck in the past, but there's something here about balancing out the scales of now in reality. So there needs to be a clear conversation of how the feelings are, and be vulnerable, guys, okay? So they might feel like you're not being vulnerable or you're not being honest about how you feel, and that could be because you are not being vulnerable. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's get messages from Spirit. This is going to be messages for you about this relationship with Libra, okay? Thank you, Spirits, guys, angels, and answers. Truly appreciate it. I'm truly grateful. So after this supermoon eclipse, this is about balancing out the scales, right? This is karma. This is like our biggest. You guys have had Scorpio in every single reading so far with Scorpio and with the Chariot. So check those readings out if you want. Like I said, these readings are not just geared off love relationships. Tarot is always based on relationships because we learn the most about ourselves in relationships, okay? People will teach us about ourselves. Okay, so far we have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Wands in reverse. Big Spirits, guys. Funny, because you know what? In the last Cancer reading, guys, the Knight of Wands also came out in the Chariot reading. So these are way too many. Thank you, Spirits, guys. I'm too patient. I'm truly grateful. Could we just have one or two, please? One or two. I have a lot of messages for you guys with this reading. Probably because, like I said, we're in that energy right now of balancing out the scales. The universe is balancing things out right now, guys. So Libra, that's what Libra's known for, the justice. Okay, Judgment. And one more. Whoa, that's too many. See that? I told you guys. Thank you, Spirits, guys. Like I said, if they're meant to come out, they will come out. I promise you. Don't forget to cross-watch. Don't forget to like, guys. Subscribe. I'm almost there. I want to keep doing this. I love doing this. Life is all about lessons, and sometimes we get stuck. So this is like a guidance, okay? I can't predict the future, but... Okay, the Empress card. I'm going to take that. Thank you, Spirits, guys. Look at all this. Again, so many messages here. But we're going to keep it at this, okay? If you want a personal reading more geared towards, specifically, definitely I love doing readings. So, message me. The link is in the description box below. So the Queen of Swords. Swords are air signs, which is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. The Queen, they're really good at their element, okay? So swords are our behavior or our thought process. Think about a sword, it mirrors the quality of our minds, right? So this is Libra energy. Shocking, right? Every action is a choice. So very high standards, independent, clear boundaries, direct communication. Like I said, there needs to be some kind of communication that's done here, okay, to bring this back into reality. So they about especially about how you feel. So help balance out the scales, okay. But make sure the thing about her is that there's no feelings here. When I say, remember, you guys are very protective of your vulnerability because that's your biggest threat, but that you have to be vulnerable. We're humans, we're not robots. You have to be vulnerable, especially in a relationship. You have to be all in all aspects of who you are, and be truthful about who you are. Otherwise it's never going to work, okay. We have to be honest with ourselves before anything, okay. So make sure you do that, but make sure you keep, there's feelings here because she's the queen. The thing about Libra is that they want the truth and they're so direct. That the same thing about you. That's why this is so hard, because there's no feelings here, and you guys are the protective of your feelings, the vulnerability, right? So make sure when you guys are communicating that there are feelings there, because the thing about her is that she can use this sword to cut the head off away from the feelings, okay. So make sure there's some kind of emotion there. There has to be, okay. So because look at, these are cups, both cups, and these are in reverse, and this is our feelings and emotions, right? You have to bring emotions into this. That's what relationships are about, are how we feel, okay? So what is the point of that's a redundant relationship if there's no feelings? You see what I'm saying? So Knight of Wands in reverse. You got this in your last reading. So Knights are fire, Wands are fire. So this is fire, fire. And this is horses are movement, right? But this is in reverse. So this is telling me that, well, okay, so this is Sagittarius in reverse. This is impulse to freedom. So reverse, there might be scattered energy, delays, frustration. Well, yeah, because there's the communication, the feeling, the emotion needs to be there, okay? Now, judgment. This is a major arcana card. So Spirit is trying to tell you, 20s could mean something could resonate if it resonates at all, but this is balance, right? 22 and 0 is 2. So 2s are balance. This is Pluto energy, right? So this is a time for resurrection, an awakening, time in life absolute, a dynamic new start, right? What did I say? Communication, guys. An awakening, decision-making, a redemption, reincarnation, renewal, and a transition. That's what this is all about, right? Balancing out these scales, okay? That communication will balance everything out. Now, the Empress, very beautiful card, right? This is number 3. And she's like the mother card, right? So it could also mean fertility, guys. So be mindful of that. Unless that's what you want, of course. Letting you know that it's there. The energy is there. So this is like the mother card. This is Taurus energy. Venus is love. Feminine beauty, nature, nurturing, abundance, and mother card. And it's also about, like, see if she looks like she's pregnant. So if you're not in the, if that's not a thing with this relationship, it also could mean the birth of a new idea or an awakening or something new beginning, right? Because it's something very beautiful too. As long as you have vulnerability, and they need to have emotion in this too, that's the whole point of relationships, right? So this is your reading of how Libra feels about you. And don't forget to crosswatch, guys. Thanks for watching. Love and light.